Man, I have a very serious question.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're a squid now, but you're a kid now, but you're a squid and you're a kid and you're a kid now, are you a beast or a human?
Neither, because humans are distinctly specified as inklings and octolings are humanoid. They're not human.
Yeah, isn't there like a thing in the Splatoon lore where it's like octolings or inklings and stuff are like actually just descended purely from squids? Like there's not a
Yes,
single ounce of human DNA in them. They're just pure squid.
yes. Something. Oh god, there's like an entire log you find in the story mode of 3 that explains how it
Yeah.
happened.
I
It's like
know.
it's like a fusion of like the desires of humanity fused into like these crystals that comprised like a protective cave that the humans escaped to escape the apocalypse, and it broke and fell into the water and seeped into the DNA of the of the sea creatures, and one day they just left the water.
Wait, so why do we have like octopus kids and squid kids and not like shark kids and stuff?
Who says we don't?
I Dude, if that's what if Splatoon 4 introduces like vertebrates, that's gonna be wild. That's a game changer.
No, all those are dead.
Oh.
Or at least, well, land dwelling.
Yeah,
Everything
well it's
that
sea dwelling.
sea creatures are okay. Everything, from what I understand, everything that lived on the land is extinct.
Give us
Like,
catfish girls, you cowards.
spoilers for the story of Splatoon 3. Oh wait, I guess there's still the cats. But we kill the final mammal that's still alive.
Wait, you kill shit in Splatoon? Excuse me?
Yeah, I mean you blast him with ink and he explodes. So yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
it like explodes into a crap load of ink. Yeah, you kill him.
Okay. Alright. I did not expect your ink guns would work as like real guns. I thought that was just like a stylistic thing for the multiplayer. I I
So
thought that was just like, oh, this is just to get our players off the map, but in reality it's like, oh, you just splash them with ink and they have to like clean up or something.
so the final boss has fused himself with like a weird liquid, or like a fuzzy ooze. I don't remember what the details on that is, but he's basically made of that, and so that's why the ink works on him.
Huh.
Also, there's like a whole war in the canon. It's like the Great Turf War, where Octolings and Inklings had a literal that's what like the game the Turf War is based on, is a literal war that happened between the races.
Okay. So like actual race war.
Yeah, there was the Great Turf War that was like a worldwide like war for supremacy.
Unironic question, did both sides look at and they're like, oh man, this is really sad and maybe we shouldn't, but we gotta do it anyways. And they're both equally as responsible.
One, I don't remember the specifics. One side was dominant over the other until the other side won. So I think it was the Octolings or Octarians who were dominant until the Inklings fought back. And the story modes of all 3 games, well, 1 and 2 at least, you're fighting who I believe is a commander of the Octarian army, DJ Octavio, who is like a
that's fun.
giant. Yeah, he's like a giant octopus piloting a mech or whatever in most cases. He is actually just an Octoling. He just never leaves Octoling form.
Huh. So he just stays octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there is an entire like crazy lore thing with Splatoon about how it's post-apocalypse and like music is etched into their souls. Specifically, a song called "The Calamari Incantation."
Wait, what? Wait, actually?
Yes.
Wait, there's like actual music-based like magic rituals.
The Calamari Incantation is etched into the souls of all Inklings and Octolings who defect from being evil. And like your little buddy, like the small salmonid called Small Fry, he is infused with the power of the Calamari Incantation and grows to giant size to help you fight.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so it's not exclusive to Octolings and Inklings. Other sea creatures can like have stuff like that happen too.
Rap is the soul of man. Row, row, fight the power.
People speculate, and in my case, hope that we get salmonids as like a playable race, but
yeah,
it's kind of unlikely if you've heard what the lore behind the salmonids is.
I'm just assuming it's like unlikely because it wouldn't make sense for a salmon to shoot ink at something.
You say that, but there's an entire mode called Salmon Run where you fight the salmonids and they coat the entire battlefield in their gross green ink.
Ew. Oh god, oh no, that's not ink, oh no!
I think I heard an explanation that it's not ink, it's like fish oil mixed with seawater or something.
Knowing salmons, I would just assume it's like just loads of like eggs and sperm.
No, the goal of the game is to collect their eggs.
Okay, so it's, well, we've ruled out one option.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that people found out. It's like, oh, salmon when they're in like spawning mode look horrible and disgusting, and oh, the boss salmonids that you fight look a lot like that.
Huh. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah, salmon go through like a horrible mutation when they're like during mating season. Like it's awful.
Yeah, that checks out.
Fish were a mistake.
Fish were a mistake. You know what else was a mistake? Beast Digimon.
Hey.
We should kill them all.
Yeah, except for the fact that it's... Wait, yeah, I guess the one responsible would be a human Digimon, huh?
I guess? I don't know. Well, the weird yeah, shape... I guess, yeah.
Spoilers, the bad guy's a shapeshifter Digimon.
Yeah, we're talking about Digimon Frontier now. Island of Lost Digimon.
The movie.
With the cleanest segue ever.
Yeah. The longest... It's not a movie. It's like the longest episode of Frontier. They could have cut out some stuff and just made it a movie.
Yeah.
Or not a movie, sorry, an episode is what I meant, and just put it somewhere.
You say that's like, no, this would have been a great episode.
I never said it would be a good episode, but they could have put it in there.
Yeah, this is like 40 minutes, and it's like a lot of it's just stuff not really happening.
Yeah, I would say no, they couldn't if they turned into ancient Garurumon and ancient Greymon, but they don't.
Yeah, so the canon is preserved.
Yeah, it's specifically like so. I guess to actually talk about it, this takes place before they meet Koichi. And while Takuya and Koji are still like fighting with each other,
Yeah,
but
it's
after they get their beast spirits.
Yeah, it's like they're still not on great terms, but it's before the Dark Continent, seemingly. So it's
Yeah.
like, presumably it's like after Grottomon, but before, like, running into the other, like, ancient warriors again, I think.
Also, did you know that Izumi's part Italian? Because they
Oh
felt the need to
boy.
remind us.
I'm really glad I, like, brought that up last time, where I was like, oh yeah, Izumi has two characteristics, and one is Italian and the other is girl. Because the movie
Yeah.
just, it's like, it basically starts off on her humming the Pizza Time theme from Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Yeah, straight up. Like, it's like, okay, why open? Like, why open on this?
Because
Why open on Izumi humming the pizza theme?
because you need to know that Izumi is like, Izumi is one occupation change away from either being a plumber or working with the mob.
It's very strange.
It's
But they're
very just on the nose. Holy crap!
yeah, and they're riding on a not a trailmon. I don't know what it is,
It's
but
like a little trolley.
yeah, it's trailmon adjacent.
Yeah, the opening's really weird and confusing because it's like they're just sort of going along, just minding their own business, and this island just falls out of the sky with like these weird glowing like strings holding it up that like break, and everyone gets sucked onto it, and then it seems to like phase through the ground or something.
It's
It's
extremely unclear.
Yeah, because when I first watched it, I thought that, like, it knocked the train off, like, crash landed, and they landed in, like, a nearby oasis, and it's just later revealed they're just on the island the whole time. So it's like, oh, I guess they just fell on top of it. It's like, it's so
It's apparently an
odd.
island. It's apparently an island that travels the digital world between dimensions or something.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, the way they shoot this is like, it's so unclear what's happening.
Yeah. They're riding on the little trolley, and then like a bunch of Digimon start charging. They're fighting it. At first, it looks like they're like attacking them, but then you realize they're like fighting amongst themselves. And Pokemon says something like that's the Wandering Island. Something travels between dimensions or something, and now we're here.
I'm gonna be real, there is 0 point to this being a flying island at all. There's, like, this is literally just like the heroes just, they're going on a little trip, and they just sort of stumble across, like, a new town where Digimon are fighting each other, and they just get involved with the conflict. That's all that matters.
Yeah, there's a throwaway line where it's like, "Oh, we can't leave here," and it's like, "Okay, well, it doesn't matter. They were going to stay until the situation would have resolved, anyways."
Yeah, it's such a,
In
it's
fact,
like...
in fact, at no point are they even seemingly concerned at all with finding a way off the island.
Man, this just gives me like so many Laputa flashbacks. Because in Laputa, it's like they find the flying island, and it's a whole like, involved thing to get there that means something. Because, it's a flying island, so it's hard to get to. And they have a bunch of like, moments just playing off the fact that it's like in the air, and having people like roll around on the outside, like underneath it and stuff, swing across like pipes and vines and things like that. And they have a bunch of really cool dramatic shots from the outside where it's like, things like fall off of it, and you see the rubble like fall into the ocean. And it's like they get so much good mileage out of the location, and you look at this, and it's like, oh, this, I didn't even realize it was like they're on the flying island for most of it. It's so redundant.
Yeah. Well, it's also like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not even movie length. Like I said, if they cut down some stuff, this could have been an episode.
I think the goofiest part of this is that it's like, yeah, of course, the final boss is just straight up a bird Digimon. And
Yeah.
they accidentally, like, no, it's like, because of reasons, they end up reviving it. It just sort of flies around, and you're like, oh yeah, yo, because it's a flying island, not has an advantage, right? But for some reason, this giant cage forms around the island out of, like, nowhere for no reason.
It's the
So,
bloodstained digicode. Or at least
yeah.
that's what I interpreted, is that's what that was supposed to be.
So it's like the fact that it flies isn't even like an issue because it can't leave.
Yeah, nah, it gets totally wrecked.
Oh god, we have an Arbon in the chat.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Yeah, let's just don't click that link, anyone. Yeah, but yeah, freaking
Bye,
yeah.
idiot.
But yeah, so they like basically everyone goes to Flying Island, and it's like, oh hey, the human and beast Digimon are fighting each other, and I don't know how intentional this is. It very much feels like there's a very low variety of Digimon on display, because if they showed too many types, then the line between what's a human and what's a beast Digimon would get very blurry very fast.
Yeah, they just stuck to very clearly bestial and humanoid Digimon.
Yeah, it's like, even with their examples, it's like, alright, we have Bearmon, Kodimon as, like, the two sympathetic characters, because the deal is like, alright, human and beast Digimon are warring with each other, and Kodimon and, like, Bearmon are, like, a human and a beast Digimon. I guess Kumamon, yeah.
It's bear. They call it Bearmon.
Bearmon? Okay, yeah. I forget exactly, yeah.
That's the crazy thing, is I think in in translated stuff, it is Kumamon, which you would think would be the Japanese name, because Kuma means bear. But
it's like,
whatever.
in this series, Kumamon's the ice bear, so it's even more confusing.
Yeah, you're right. Forgot. Whatever. Anyways.
But yeah, Kuamon and Bearmon are really tragic because they want to be friends, and oh no, everyone hates each other, and how can a human and beast Digimon be friends? But it's like, Bearmon, despite being a beast Digimon, it's like, his ultimate form is Grappleomon, which is more of like a cyborg, is very humanoid and like, like stance and stuff, because it's a Leomon. And his mega form is Marsmon, which is just straight up like a flaming dude with like, like a beast skin clearly like over his face, Like, he clearly evolves into what seems to obviously be a humanoid Digimon as his final form.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is don't think about it. It's like, what happens if a humanoid or a beast Digimon evolves into a humanoid, or vice versa? It's
Does
like,
that
don't
make
think
them
about
a
it.
traitor?
Against their will, I guess.
Listen, if Angelomon turns into Magnadramon, does she, like, have to switch sides?
I don't know. You know what? That's up to them, because it's freaking Magnadramon. They'll be on whoever's side they want.
Yeah, if Gaomon becomes Angelomon, like, how do you, like... Because it goes from beast to human, and then human back to beast.
Yeah, like I said, the answer is don't think about it.
No, but I want to think about it. Oh man, it's like,
I appreciate that finally there's some indication of the supposed human versus beast war that was talked about in like the backstory, but then it has absolutely nothing to do with Cherubimon.
yeah. It has nothing to do with Cherubimon, and also the war itself is kind of bullcrap.
Yeah. Well, seemingly, if there wasn't someone manipulating things behind the scenes, these guys would have gotten along.
So here's the thing, it's like, so a big plot is that's like, alright, human beast Digimon are warring, and the entire reason why is this, like, you have, was it Murmuxmon? Yeah.
It's a shapeshifter, apparently.
Yeah, Murmuxmon has, like, turned into, like, both of their leaders, and he's, like, basically turning them against each other, which is, I don't believe this Digimon appears in anything else, including the games.
Crazy.
I have never seen this design anywhere else, like, ever. And
It's a shapeshifter.
yeah,
You don't know that it doesn't appear in anything else.
fair enough. That's the thing, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, you know, like, not the coolest Digimon, it's kind of lame, but, like, I've seen lamer, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen worse designs for, like, a villain movie Digimon.
I would say the implication is that Marmoxmon turns into any Digimon at once and has their abilities, but I don't think it ever actually fights.
Yeah, I think it just, like, changes its, like, physical appearance. Out that it actually, like, copies their, like, powers and stuff.
Yeah, I think it only it only fights as Marmoxmon.
Yeah, so it's like turns out this entire time he's been, like, shape-shifting into, like, Hippogriffmon and, like, D-Arcmon.
Or just Darkmon.
Yeah, to, like, you know, just, like, turn both sides against each other. And it's like, the weird thing is that it's like, I was watching through this, I'm like, okay, you know what, that's a good twist, yo. Cause you, like, notice that it's like, they both have the same, like, you know, little, like, thing. Like, they have this little, like, you know, rock that's got these, like, yeah.
Darkmon has a staff with, like, a thing with wings on it, and the Hippogriffomon has the same thing as a pendant that wears around its neck.
Yeah, that's your, like, clue that they're both the same Digimon. Even though early on you very clearly see them talking to their troops and being like, no guys, don't fight, come on, or like, yo, I'm afraid I'm being pushed to my limit, I think we have to go to war. Which is a very weird strategy if your plan is to rile people up and force them to fight each other.
Yeah, it's so weird. Darkmon shows up as like all this pointless violence, like whatever, which had me confused before the reveal happened because I was like, wait, they're all like talking about how they don't want to fight, but then they immediately order the humanoid Digimon to go march on the beast Digimon where they are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one other thing I do want to mention, cause it's like, this is actually a good little detail, which is like, very early on you see that it's like, okay, like, first off, like, you come to the Flying Island, and it's like, alright, the Beast Digimon are waging war and stuff. They just sort of have, like, a freaking tank.
They both do. Both sides have like a glowing, like, party tank.
They have these glowing party tanks with, like, cannons that blast, like, music and stuff. And you see the Beast Digimon with it first, and later on you see that the humanoid Digimon also have, like, an identical tank, and it's like, oh, they're using literally, like, the exact same, like, equipment and weaponry, because it's, like, the same person supplying them with arms on both sides.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's like, oh, yeah, so that's why. You know, it's like, it's really confusing at first, but once you, like, stop and think about it, it's like, oh, yeah, you know, that's a clever little, yeah, okay. And the rest of the movie is just sort of like, oh, but what if both sides were equally bad and they all sucked?
Yeah. What if their stupid war resulted in the death of a child? Because it does.
Listen, we're going to win this war without sacrificing anything. Oh fuck, oh no, we screwed that up. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe some Digimon can just pop up to fix this or something.
To be fair, the kid dies due to the big bad and not because of the war directly.
Yeah.
Like the big bad pops up on Ornithmon and like fires a blast at where ancient Greymon and Garurumon are, and like Kotemon is like no and jumps in front of it and dies.
Yeah. Fun fact, did you watch the like credits scene or whatever?
No.
Yeah, what's the credits roll? You get like a few quick little scenes of them like, laughing, chilling out and stuff, and you see that Kodimon just comes back.
I mean, he probably hatched from the egg and evolved back up.
Yeah, he just like catches back presumably, and he's just there now. Like he's fine.
Yeah.
And apparently that was cut from the dub version of this. So in the dub, you just watch it and you're like, I guess Kodimon is dead forever, and you just never know, he just comes back.
It's always that was something that seemed weird to me the whole time. It's like, all right, it's like blood sacrifice is needed to kick off the resurrection of Ornithmon, but also there's no blood in a Digimon war because anybody who dies is turned into an egg.
Yeah, also, yeah, apparently in this continuity, like, in this world, like, the second you die, like, you just instantly go egg.
Yeah.
Like, if your code isn't being scanned or anything like that, you just die and then, like, an egg just sort of, like, appears, and it's just there on the ground for anyone to, like, attack or whatever.
Yeah.
Which...
Although I would think Digimon eggs are indestructible just because of the fact that if you destroy an egg, what does it do? The data would just recompile into an egg.
Yeah, I'd believe there's, like, some weird, like, value in eggs where it's like, I don't know, their health is, like, at 0 or something, therefore they cannot be damaged, you know? Like, that makes
like
sense to me, yeah.
Like a weird coding thing.
Yeah, you try attack an egg and it just says indestructible object.
Overflow error.
Oh, man. You try to attack someone and it just like says indestructible object, and that's how they know they are secretly a Digi-Egg.
But yeah, there's a lot of like the humanoid and beast Digimon attacking each other, and like sad music plays, and it's like, oh, look how bad war is, and it's like, okay, I get it. This could have been cut down a bit.
I do bring up a really goofy point. If all Digimon just turn into eggs and just stay where they are when they die, then what is, like, the primary village of this world? Like, the village of beginnings or whatever?
We see it. The thing is...
Yeah.
So there's the thing with this island, apparently you can't leave it, and I think that's why the Digi-Eggs don't fly off.
Is that why? Because I'm like, I don't know if this, like...
In the main show, when we see some Digimon die, they turn into an egg, and then the egg flies off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. They just can't, like, leave the island.
Yeah, so that's why I assume the egg doesn't go anywhere, is because it can't go anywhere.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, that kills the whole thing I was gonna say then. Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, they it's just all like war is bad and hey, we should try to get into the army so we can convince them that war is bad and make them stop fighting. I do like a little thing they do where it's like, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say it's a very confusing scene to me because Takuya is walking with Junpei and then one of them's I think Junpei's like, oh man, this war is dumb or whatever, and Takuya shushes him, and then he's all of a sudden yeah, I'd like to join your army, and nothing is told to the viewer, so it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I get the impression that it's Junpei shushes them, and they're like, oh, I get it. They're like, yeah, I can get in close and talk them out of this.
Well, no, I get that, but it's the first time it happens because Junpei's saying something and then Takuya shushes him. So it's like, did Takuya just come up with this plan on the spot, and then
I guess.
But then he goes off with Dino Humon. So how could he have told Junpei the plan?
I know. Listen, hushing people apparently sends them way more of a message than I would assume it does.
I guess. There's also a point where Koji joins the Beast side for their whatever their plan is.
Yeah.
And like Grizzlymon goes to, like, put his hand on his back, and Koji's like, "Don't touch me." It's like, okay, calm down.
That's one thing I like, is that it's like, like, they just immediately get their different perspectives, because of course we have to make both sides, like, literally exactly equal in every way. We don't have time for nuance here. And it's like they both evolve to try and stop the fighting, and like Takuya turns into his human form, and like Koji turns into his beast spirit form, so they recruit into those sides. And that gives them a really good excuse for, like, later on when they're trying to stop the fighting again, they turn into, transform. Like, they go into the other ones.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Like, I mean, that's what I expected, is there was going to be play between them being able to shift between human and beast forms. The villain does it at one point, or at least that's what it looks like. Like, they do a slide evolution and they yell out slide evolution and everything.
I don't know if this is really a slide evolution, but sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Is like they yell out slide evolution and turn from Hippogriffmon to Darkmon. And it's like, oh, the slide evolution, that doesn't make any sense. And it's like, no, they're a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that keeps the continuity, I suppose. There wasn't a secret 11th and 12th warrior or whatever.
Man, should we talk about, like, the big reveal of Ancient Garurumon, Ancient Greymon for the first time?
They're paintings on a wall, unless you mean when they're actually summoned.
I mean when they actually, like, appear.
Oh, yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, I should mention, like, the quality of the rip we got was, like, bad, so this is the best I got. I mean, I got an image from the card game, and the image also came with Lucamon, so just ignore that. Actually, no, I just realized these fit together. That's actually really cool. I never actually noticed, because, like, the wings are extended into, like, both of their, like, I actually like that a lot.
The entire series that we've been watching has been low quality.
Oh yeah, but like the rip I was watching was like, because of course this is the only way I had to view it, is like, it literally looks like it's like shaking, and it's like hard to really get stills from it.
Ooh, were you watching on the same website we were watching the series on?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have that problem. Huh.
Man, the version it was so, it looked like just such a bad rip. It's like, I have no idea what they did to make it like that, but it was like so low quality, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. It was like blurry and really low quality, because Digimon never got, from what I understand, most Digimon media never got like an HD version.
Yeah, and this is like one of those movies where it's like, it's like past the prime of the series, past the big like boom, but also sort of like, before the resurgence, so it's like, why would there be a good rip of this,
Yeah.
But yeah, not super huge fan of Ancient Greymon being quadrupedal, but it's cool enough. Ancient Garurumon kicks ass though, I love it. Ancient Garurumon is so effing cool though.
Yeah, it was fine, and like I said, it fits in with the continuity that they don't turn into those forms. It's just, here are the ancient warriors. They exist as giant holograms.
Yeah, they just appear out of nowhere for no reason and do the thing, and it's cool, but also, what the heck?
I mean, the implication is that it's Kotemon's sacrifice that causes them to
Oh
come out.
yeah,
But
I'm just wondering like how because they strip mention
magic.
that yeah, they strip bring up that's like the ancient warriors can't save us because they're just gone. They like
They don't
became
exist.
yeah, they don't exist anymore. And they just suddenly appear and it's like, well, I guess they exist now.
You know, miracles.
Yeah, I guess.
That's always the explanation.
Don't worry, it was just a miracle. Don't think about it.
Yeah. So they come out and they totally destroy Ornithmon, the big scary like, oh no, it's not a deity of peace, it's a deity of like war and bloodshed. It's like it doesn't do anything, and then they beat it instantly.
Yeah, like man, I'm gonna be
Also fair.
real, like Ornithma's kind of lame.
Oh yeah. Uh Ferrymon gets wrecked, but then again so does everybody.
Yeah. Ferrymon gets. You know what? I'll defend this if nothing else. Like, Ferrymon gets wrecked, but at least she somehow seems to do more than Junpei. She
Yeah,
gets some
yeah,
hits in that do nothing, but she does get some hits in.
she got some hits in. Some very weak, inconsequential hits.
This might be the most Ferrymon's done in the entire series. I'm gonna be real.
She uses like all three of her existing moves to get a combo in.
Man, like the whole like like spinning kick thing is so cool, and they just do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Like butt bomber, I can take or leave. Like butt bomber, I don't care about. Spinning kick is freaking rad, and that's why it's like a main move from like Sanji in One Piece because it's like the coolest. Like multi kick attack, also a Sanji move, but yeah, also really cool. Freaking like wind fingers, sure, that's useful. That could be something. None of it never does anything.
That's fine. Just throw wind because she's like the wind spirit.
Man, it's so weird that it's like it's literally just her, huh? It's literally just this one spirit that's like the worst every time.
Very unfortunate.
Oh man. Do we have much more to really say about this movie? Because I thought we'd have more to like talk about, but it's just kind of like war is bad in both sides though. Look at this big evil Digimon that's kind of whatever.
There's a cool part where like so we mentioned like the red digicode or whatever that forms like a cage around it. There's a cool moment where the tanks like each side gets in their tank and drives around on it and fires like cannons at Ornithmine.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
Man, for an ancient Garurumon finally gets his moment, and all he does is just throw some swords as wings and then peace out.
Pretty cool though.
It's pretty cool, but it's like, no, I can't hope for more.
Oh
man.
But yeah, like I said, this could have been episode length and just fit into the series. And that's why there's not much to talk about because it's only 40 minutes long. It's not even movie length.
Yeah, it's like, man, how do you judge this compared to other Digimon movies?
Not as interesting.
Yeah, it's like, I was gonna say, it's like, at least it's not as bad as Revenge of Diaboromon or whatever, but it's like, at least that movie had some really, like, great animation to it, and it looked, like, just amazing at points. It was kind of like, whatever, it was, like, very just meh, but, like, at least it did have, like, a really, really well animated fight scene that looked incredible.
There are bits of animation in this that look better than the regular show, but yeah.
I'm like, no, this. It's like, I guess it's better than like Try, but that's like bottom of the barrel because at least I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
But this is like, this is the type of Digimon movie where it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm going to completely forget this exists in like 2 weeks.
Oh, me too.
Just like the Tamers movie, that's just all non-stop fights where nothing happens, and suddenly it's like, no, the land Digimon was like a key or something. I don't even remember what that movie was called. Like, it's just like out of my mind so hard.
Uh, oh, oh
Do
yeah,
you
that
remember
movie.
what I'm talking about? Because we like literally talked
The
about it on
dog,
the thing.
the dog Digimon.
Yeah,
That's
the
something about a dog Digimon. I don't know. I
some evil
remember bits and
company or
yeah, I remember
was.
more of the Locomon movie because weird stuff like Rika getting possessed by like a
Yeah.
Digimon happens.
Honestly, yeah, like freaking Runaway Locomon was. I'll stand behind this. Runaway Locomon was like a good movie. That,
It's pretty good.
like, I like that a lot. It's like, just good setup, gets right into it, just sort of goes into the thing. Like, it's really weird they just don't go Megaform for a lot of it, but you know what? As far as Digimon movies go, it's pretty up there, I think.
Mm,
Like, I don't like it as much as The Last Kazuna or our war game, but it's pretty up there.
yeah.
Oh man, like at this point, it feels like we're kind of graying on a curve, and like mediocrity just sort of like doesn't do much for the curve because it's like, eh.
It fits in line with Frontier, in that it's meh.
Yeah, yeah, alright. Man, I can't believe you literally included Kodimon, one of my favorite rookies, and he doesn't even use his wooden sword to fight anything. He
Because
doesn't, yeah.
he doesn't want to fight.
He doesn't even use his little kendo sword. Jeez. Like, did Kodimon Bearmon get into Digimon World 3 literally just to promote this? Because I feel like the answer is maybe. I feel like that's very possible.
Because there is a pack you can start with that has both of them in it, right?
No, it's one, the
Oh.
other, or like Guilmon. No,
Oh,
wait,
okay.
Guilmon's Manic Pack. Yeah, it's our like one, the other, or Monmon. Yeah, that's has. Because, like, Kodymon's bounce, Bearmon is Manic, and, like, Monmon is Power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it really feels like, oh, hey, we got the trio, we have to, like, promote these somehow, and it's like, oh, yeah, let's just put in the movie, and they just do nothing, and they just cry, and they just make you feel sad or whatever. I know if you even feel that much. I really didn't feel much from it all. I don't know, I guess all I can really say is that, like, having the evolution over, like, the sad war music was fun. That was a thing.
I skipped over it. I usually
Yeah.
do.
If nothing else, like, Frontier had some really nice evolution animations, and, like, it's some pretty good music.
Yeah.
And we just, like, we never got another instance of He-Blade. We never got He's Blade again, and we never returned to the combat version of Broken Wings. Oh, man. So, yeah, anything else we really want to say about this?
Nah.
I
Really.
feel like we've, like, stretched this out as much as possible just in case, because it's like, I feel like it's a movie we kind of have to do. It's like, whatever, it's fine.
Nah. If No, we don't have to stretch out nothing.